I broke up with the only man I ever loved. Told him we were done, said we were through. And I choke up when I think about how in love we were in the summer of 22. Tequila, whiskey, whatever gets me through. All the late night thinking about me and you. Tequila, whiskey, whatever gets me through. All the late night thinking about me and you. Kicking up dust down the highway in your truck, flying fast to try and catch the Marfa lights. And that's where I let you steal my heart. Right man, baby, at the wrong time. Tequila, whiskey, whatever gets me through. All the late night thinking about me and you. Tequila, whiskey, whatever gets me through. All the late night thinking about me and you. And I broke up with the only man I ever loved. Told him we were done, said we were through.
I took a page out of your favorite book. You sold me lies just by the way you look. Talking your language that I never speak. Baby, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. I dug my grave, I choked.
Good morning, everybody. How we doing? Fantastic. My name is Captain Jonathan Evans, and I will be your host for this morning's events. Welcome to the Myrtle Beach Fire Department's Recruit School graduation for the MBFD Recruit Class 38. To start our ceremony, I'd like to show a quick video of Recruit Class 38's time in their recruit school. Thank you to the City of Myrtle Beach PIO team for helping us make that video. At this time, we ask that you stand for the presentation of the colors by the Myrtle Beach Fire Department Honor Guard and the Coastal Carolina Shields, Pipes, and Drums, followed by the singing of the National Anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Uniform personnel, what's in? Put! Honor guard, forward, march. Detail. Hold. Left. Face. All uniformed personnel, present arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Please join in with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the invocation, which will be delivered today by our fire chaplain, Captain Michael Beck.
Heavenly Father, may your holy name be praised and lifted up. We are here this morning to celebrate the achievements of these 28 women and men. They have made great sacrifices to reach this point, and I ask that you may reward them richly in return. Please watch over these young firefighters and keep them healthy and safe both on and off the job. Guide them and enable them to make good decisions as they work to make a big difference in the lives of the Myrtle Beach citizens, business owners, and visitors. God, I ask your blessings upon them as well as their families and loved ones this morning as they begin their journey of service. I ask all these things in your Son's name. Amen.
Detail. Right face. Forward. March. Dismiss.
Thank you, Captain Peck. Please be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce Myrtle Beach Fire Chief Tom Guire to give the opening remarks.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Can all hear me? I heard John say I have to eat the mic earlier, so. On behalf of the entire Myrtle Beach Fire Department, I'd like to welcome you to the graduation of Recruit School number 38. Before I begin, I do want to take time to recognize some distinguished guests that we have in the audience. I may miss some of you all, so if I do, I apologize. But we have our Director of Information Technology, Brian Garrett, here, Communications Specialist, Aaron Bowling, Surfside Fire Chief, David Nelson. We have representatives from our Human Resources Department, Parks, Recreation, Sports, Tourism, Public Works, our Director of Community Engagement, and members of the Myrtle Beach Police Department. And certainly last but not least, I see Councilman Greg Smith in the back. So thank you all for being here. We certainly appreciate it. There apparently were some budget meetings going on today. So a lot of the city management were unable to make it. I know that the city manager, assistant city manager, some of them I believe were in those meetings. They had reached out to me, and they do want to extend their congratulations to y'all and welcome to our Emergency Services Division. Also, the mayor, she was unable to make it today. She moved some things around so she could be here, and then last night she texted me and saying that she wasn't going to be able to make it. So, but again, she extends her congratulations to all of y'all. And before I begin, actually, I do want to recognize one of our battalion chiefs, who the recruits were lovingly referred to as Chief O. Adam Alaskowitz has been our chief of training now for about a year. He's looking at me with these eyes like, what is this guy about to say? Adam is completing his bachelor's degree at Coastal Carolina, and he'll be walking next week. So to be able to go back to school, to be married, have a family, he was on shift when he started finishing his bachelor's degree, then to take a transfer to go to training where he's working Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and then for the past 6 months, inherit 20-some kids. It's a lot. So, Adam, congratulations on that, and well done. So pretty much, I got two jobs. I gotta give a welcome, and then I gotta introduce the keynote speaker. But in between, I wanna say a couple things to the recruits. We spent time together on Monday, and I think it was pretty obvious and pretty clear about what the expectations of the organization are, and what we're looking for from y'all when you go back online, and what the community is looking for. But I also want to bring up two things. One, I want you to work hard. And I know it might be kind of ironic, and you're like, what's that guy know about hard work? He sits behind a desk all day, probably plays on his phone half the time, and you're right. But you need to work hard. Too many times in life, people expect to be given everything. And in this job, nothing is going to be given to you. For those of you that started back in November, this is the culmination of 6 months. For those of you that started in February, this is a culmination of 3 months. And nothing was given to you. You worked hard to earn your place here, and we need you to continue doing that. People count on us to solve their problems. When they call 911, they want you to show up. And the fire service has changed a lot in the past 30 years. We have a lot more technology. We have a lot more equipment that helps us do our job. But at the end of the day, it's the firefighters on the ground that solve people's problems. It's you all that are going to crawl down the hallway and make a knock on the fire. It is you all that are going to have to set up high-angle rescue equipment and go into a confined space when someone calls 911 because ducklings fell in a storm drain. It's you that are going to have to put an AED on someone when they're in a cardiac arrest. And there ain't no chat GPT to do this for you. All right? So you have to be proficient in all of your skills to ensure that you can meet the demands of the public when they call. Second thing, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. You get one shot at life. You get to go through it one time. Don't be miserable. Don't complain. Don't hate things. Enjoy it. You're part of the best job in the world. You really are. It's okay to love the job. It really is. It's okay to go all in our department. Take the opportunities that we're gonna give to you. Go to the social functions. The more you give to the department, the more you're gonna take back from the department. There is not much better in this world to me than sitting at the firehouse when you first get to work, enjoying your favorite caffeinated drink, whether it's coffee or a Monster, or in my case, a Pink Shave Ice Alani. But whatever you need, sit there, enjoy that, and enjoy the camaraderie and the fun of just being with your brother and sister firefighters, because it truly is a great profession. The fact that it is a great profession leads me into the next part of my responsibilities today, and that is to welcome and introduce our keynote speaker. We are really honored to have, I shared this with him earlier. I was going to say a legend in the South Carolina Fire Service, but a couple of weeks ago when I was putting some of these remarks together, I'm like, well, let me look up what legend means. I don't want to offend anybody, especially him. So I looked up what legend means, and the first thing that it said on the Cambridge Dictionary website was very old. And when he comes up here, you may not think this, but he just turned 39 the other day. So I didn't want to say that. And then the next thing it said was a notorious person. And I was like, well, if anyone that knows this individual, he's far from that. But when I looked up legendary, the tenor kind of changed, and it talked about a very famous, a very admired or spoken about soul. And Chief Carter Jones is that. He personifies that. Chief Jones was raised in Manning, South Carolina. He has an associate's degree from North Greenville University, a bachelor's degree from Presbyterian College, and a master's degree from the University of Georgia. In 1966, he joined the Manning Fire Department as a volunteer. His early work experience includes a number of years as a counselor for troubled youth with the South Carolina Department of Vocational Rehab, a training specialist, and a deputy state fire marshal. Chief Jones served as the fire chief of Clarendon County for 22 years and continues to volunteer for them, currently in his 57th year. Chief Jones currently works for the South Carolina Firefighters Association as a special projects and history heritage coordinator. In 1980, Chief Jones was elected president of the South Carolina Firefighters Association. He also served the South Carolina State Fire Commission, chairman on the Joint Council of Fire Service Associations, and various other committees for the South Carolina Firefighters Association. Chief Jones was a member of the South Carolina Fire Academy advisory committees during the construction of both of the Fire Academy campuses. He was appointed to the Arson Task Force in the early 1980s, which spearheaded the change in arson laws. He remains active in pursuing the association's legislative agenda with the General Assembly at the State House in Columbia. Chief Jones was awarded the South Carolina Firefighter of the Year Award, Citizenship Award, and recently the Lifetime Achievement Award given by the South Carolina Firefighters Association. Chief Jones is married to his wife, Mary Jo, who became Clarendon County's first female firefighter. He has two sons, Jonathan, who's currently serving as our state's State Fire Marshal, and Craig, who's a Coast Guard veteran that proudly served in the Gulf War and is now an explosives canine handler in the DC area. Chief Jones' family includes two wonderful daughter-in-laws and three grandchildren. As you can see, we truly have a legendary member of the South Carolina Fire Service. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you Chief Carter Jones.
Well, thank you for that warm welcome. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
And that introduction. Enough. But I do want to thank you, Chief Guire, for the invitation to share a few comments to this recruit class. I knew I'd mess it up.
You're good.
And as Chief Guire said, welcome to the best job in the world. As most of you know, you have chosen to come to work to one of our state's busiest fire departments. And it's been my pleasure for many years to watch this department grow in its mission to serve the community with professional fire, rescue, emergency medical services. It's unbelievable, the growth down here. And some of you may not know that Myrtle Beach Fire Department was officially organized in June of 1938, I believe it was, with only 12 or 15 volunteer members. And those volunteers, those citizen volunteers, were alerted to alarm of fires by the electric siren that was located over the old fire station. And your first fire engine was a used 1936 Ford pumper. Over the years, the department has fought some major fires down here, as you still do. For example, in 1939, a fast-moving fire destroyed a lot of the business district downtown. In 1942, over 20,000 acres of forest land were on fire around the Myrtle Beach area. You're still fighting them. And in 1975, the Castle Dracula Amusement Arcade, that's a lot of words, burned during, believe it or not, the conference of the State Firefighters Association. And I was there helping lay the line. When Chief Fernie Falk was the fire chief down here, he was quite a character for those who may remember him back in the 60s and 70s. Myrtle Beach began purchasing some of the top-of-the-line fire apparatus and equipment. Chief Falk, though, he loved those big Century cabs, those American LaFrance pumpers. And believe it or not, Myrtle Beach was the first fire department in the state of South Carolina to utilize 5-inch supply hose. I think that's significant. As Chief Guire, he stole some of my thunder, by the way, shared in his introduction, I served the State Firefighters Association as a special projects coordinator and historian, and I love what I do. I've been around a long time. I am old. Next week, May the 10th, I will have logged 59 years, and I wish I had 20 more. God has blessed me beyond measure. And since our association was organized in May of 1905, 120 years ago, we have had 77 elected presidents. And I've been blessed to know or work with 67 of those individuals. Many of these leaders were my mentors, if you will, or heroes. And as I get older, and I'm old, I realize that I have a curious habit of reflecting on the lives of people who have meant so much to me or from whom I have learned so much. I like to look at their lives if they have made a difference in my life or their community or state. And as a historian, I love to tell stories about these individuals, and I love to write about them, so maybe a new generation of firefighters can learn from their sacrifices and labors. And each one, I think, has a legacy that needs not to be forgotten. Those of you who are familiar with Bible history probably have not spent much time reading the first few chapters of First Chronicles. These chapters are quite honestly boring. The names mentioned there are almost impossible to pronounce, and they make little sense unless, of course, you recognize that all of those individuals mentioned in those few chapters were our forefathers of long ago. Many of them had high achievements. Some had power and ruled over others. Some excelled in strength or wisdom. Some had significant skills or were rich in ability. These individuals all contributed in some way to their families, their societies, their governments, their trades, and above all, and more importantly, God inspired that they should be remembered, if in name only. So if you will allow me over the next few minutes, I want to briefly talk about two individuals from our distant past who should always be recognized in our history book for their contributions to what we enjoy today. And while I share these stories, please pay close attention to the life lessons they have left for us as we pursue our careers. The first one is Louis Behrens. Louis Behrens was born in 1860 in Charleston. He was only 9 months old prior to the first shots of the Civil War. And as a child growing up, young Louis was fascinated with those steam fire engines and the horses, and he always wanted to be a fireman with the City of Charleston Fire Department. But the interesting thing is, Chief Behrens' parents were absolutely adamant that he not join. And the reason was, he had an uncle who passed away as a firefighter on the peninsula while fighting one of the fires started by the bombardments during the Civil War. And by the way, this uncle, his name was John Dasha, and he is the first recorded firefighter line of duty death in South Carolina. Disobeying his parents' wishes, young Louis joined the fire department anyway at the age of 16 as a volunteer. And the chief at that time assigned him to hook and ladder number 2. But when the fire department started hiring career people, Louis applied and he was appointed as a career firefighter in 1881. He progressed through the ranks over time and became known within the department as an aggressive fireman, as well as an enthusiastic learner. Eventually, Louis was promoted to assistant chief of the department, and he obtained permission from his chief and the board of fire masters back in the day to spend a month each year with the New York Fire Department, some of the busiest engine and ladder companies and marine companies back in that day. He was mentored by some of the best legendary leaders of that day. For example, you may read about over time, Chief Smokey Joe Martin. At that day, the most highly decorated firefighter in the city of New York. Chief John Kimlin, assistant chief at that time, started the first fire college within the city of New York. And then there was the famous Chief Edward Croker. And some of you may have read some of his writings. He once wrote, and I think it expresses my gratitude and my feeling about the fire service. I have no ambition in this world but one, and that is to be a fireman. The position may in the eyes of some appear to be a lowly one, but those who know the work which a fireman has to do believe it is a noble calling, and I believe you will agree with me. Chief Barron's always returned from the city of New York with his 30-day adventure with the fire department to Charleston with renewed enthusiasm and passion to teach what he had learned. Excuse me. He started the first fire college or fire school with the city of Charleston Fire Department, but he opened it up statewide to those, especially chief officers and other officers, to come and learn what he had learned in the city of New York. He traveled the state teaching groups about fire prevention and encouraging community leaders to invest in top-notch fire departments. In May of 1905, Chief Barron's handpicked several of his closest colleagues to meet him in Columbia with the full intent to organize the South Carolina State Firemen's Association. Back in the day, it's now changed to Firefighters Association. He had the vision that it would serve and provide benefits to the firefighters of the state, both career and volunteer. Chief Barron's, interestingly, chose leaders to help him organize the association who were doers and not do-nothings. I could go on and on about this visionary leader, but time doesn't permit. However, after studying his life, I'm old, I didn't know him, Chief. I have learned several things about Chief Barron's, whom I believe all of us should try to emulate. And I call them takeaways or life lessons. The first quality that I take away from Chief Barron's life is he had character. He was dependable, humble, moral, honest. He looked after his people. The second quality is he had content. He knew his stuff. He traveled to other departments. He networked with firefighters across the state and out of state, and he studied his trade. And then the third quality I take away from Chief Barron's life, he possessed the skills to produce. Now there's a second individual I want to share a few stories about. His name is Jesse C. Johnson. Probably one or two people in this group may recognize that name. Jesse Johnson was born in 1910, the youngest of 7 children in a very rural portion of Horry County. And he was born into a poor sharecropper family, and they grew tobacco and cotton, and they struggled hard. Sadly, Jesse's mother died in 1913. He was 3 years old, leaving him to be cared for by his father and the other siblings. Tragically, a year later, his father developed pneumonia and died. In conversations I had in later years with Jesse, he shared that his father's deathbed desire was that his children remain together and be cared for at the Epworth Children's Home in Columbia. Unfortunately, the good Lord had his hand in it, and the Methodist churches in Horry County were successful in making that happen. While growing up at the Epworth home, Jesse had a lot of experiences in his life that shaped his character, his personality, and ultimately his career in the fire service. I knew Mr. Johnson for over 20 years, beginning in 1966 until his death in 1987. I even worked for him for 4 years, almost 5 years, back in the 70s. And throughout those years of our friendship, he shared many stories with me about his experiences and personal reflections that remain so very clear with me today. The most remarkable story, which ultimately laid the foundation for his passion for the fire service, involves some youthful and mischievous deeds. As a youngster living at the Epworth Orphanage, Mr. Johnson ran around with some boys that were often inclined to be involved in all sorts of ill behavior. And it seems on several occasions these boys found great delight in pulling one of the 2 fire alarm boxes near the orphanage on Sunday nights. And according to Mr. Johnson, on one particular night, he was selected to creep out of the bushes to go to the nearest alarm box and transmit that alarm to the central station. And I can hear Mr. Johnson telling that story today. It was, he said, only a matter of seconds before they heard the sounds of the sirens and the roar of those powerful motors racing down Divine Street, going to the box. And when the fire apparatus arrived on the scene, Columbia's Chief Mac Marsh back then stepped out of his little buggy, and he wanted to investigate the cause of the fire because they had had some frequent alarms there on Sunday nights. Chief Marsh eventually caught the boys and made arrangements with the administrator to have them brought to headquarters to face the consequences. So the next day, Chief Marsh, after the boys arrived at the station, introduced those guys to some of the firefighters on duty. And he made the boys wash the trucks, sweep the bays, and clean the toilets. And over the years, Chief Marsh obviously took a very big interest in Jesse Johnson, and he gave him a job at the Columbia Fire Department at the age of 22. Jesse rose through the ranks of the department and made battalion chief, and later he was assigned to the Fire Prevention Bureau. But in 1951, Jesse Johnson was offered a job with the State Insurance Commission as the chief fire inspector. And he took that job and he covered the state by himself, making fire and life safety inspections. But at the same time, he was building strong relationships with the fire service all over the state. And in 1966, legislation was introduced and passed that established the state fire marshal's office as an independent agency. And guess what? Jesse Johnson was appointed the first state fire marshal. It's kind of neat. My son today is the state fire marshal. And I've got a picture of Mr. Jesse when he was old, holding my son at 6 months old here at the beach. That's very special to me. I find it remarkable that Mr. Johnson ran a one-man operation for 10, 15 years, and then crafted a model organization that expanded over time to become recognized nationwide. He was even elected president of the Fire Marshals Association of North America back in the day. But important to me and all of you is that his vision was to merge the Office of State Fire Marshal with the Fire Academy under one agency, one umbrella. Now, many years later, much of what we enjoy today at State Fire is due in large part to Mr. Johnson's tenacity and vision to improve the state's fire service through fire and life safety programs. In conclusion, some of you may be left asking the question, well, what's the point? My answer is that these two men had difficult beginnings marked by hardships and obstacles. But with passion for service and devotion to a calling, both men made that difference in their lives and our lives, and it's the difference that we all must strive for. So I challenge you to make a difference in the lives of those with whom you work, the community you serve, and you need to start right now considering what you desire your legacy to be. Thank you for your attention, and congratulations, and Godspeed, and stay safe out there. Thank you.
All those in need. I promise courage, courage to face and conquer my fears, and the courage to share and endure the ordeal of those who need me. I promise strength, strength of heart to bear whatever burdens might be placed upon me, and the strength of body to deliver to safety all those placed within my care. I promise wisdom, compassion, and love. The wisdom to lead, the compassion to comfort, and the love to serve unselfishly wherever I am called. That is the pledge that the Myrtle Beach Fire Department Recruit Class 38 is taking today. We are here to honor the 28 recruits who have just completed the 26 weeks at the Myrtle Beach Fire Department's Fire Academy. During this time, they have learned many different skills that they will use throughout the rest of their career in the fire service. Each day, they took part in an hour-long physical training, or PT, that included running, cardio training, weightlifting, and fire skills that our fire department members led. Those who were not already certified EMTs also completed the National Registry EMT program, which covered the second half of the 26, actually the first half of the 26-week recruit school, while they spent the second half, I didn't proofread this, of the academy learning important life-saving skills, including various job-related fire skills like basic firefighting that involved live burns, hazardous materials training to mitigate a variety of emergency situations, automobile extrication that taught them how to get patients out of damaged vehicles safely and efficiently, and many other important lessons. Throughout this experience, the class learned how to work as a team and solve problems together so that each day, everyone goes home. Now we would like to present the badges to our recruits and have their family members, friends, or loved ones pin their badges. At this time, I will ask Chief Tom Guire, Battalion Chief Adam Oleskowitz, Captain Carl Shook, Captain Dwayne Wright, and Lieutenant Mark Crago to come up to the front. We will call each firefighter up individually to be pinned by their chosen loved ones, so please hold your applause until after we have finished reading the recruit's name, introduce the pinner, and announce their shift assignment. Probationary firefighter Patrick Allen. Probationary firefighter Allen is being pinned today by MBFD firefighter Ryan Carroll, and will be reporting to A shift. He just says his absolute bestie, so I forgot that part. Probationary firefighter Dylan Baker. Probationary firefighter Baker is being pinned today by his wife Morgan Baker, and will be reporting to B shift. Probationary firefighter Erica Boudreau. Probationary firefighter Boudreau is being pinned today by her father, Peter Boudreau, and will be reporting to A shift. Probationary firefighter Stephen Brennan. Probationary firefighter Brennan is being pinned today by his wife, Mallory Brennan, and daughter, Nell Brennan, and will be reporting to C shift. Probationary firefighter Ryan Campbell. Probationary firefighter Campbell is being pinned today by his father, Roy Campbell, and will be reporting to B shift. Probationary firefighter Daniel Hoyeski. Probationary firefighter Hoyeski is being pinned today by his parents, Harlow and Courtney Hoyeski, and will be reporting to A shift. Just looks like we had a change. Probationary firefighter Zachary Kahn. Probationary firefighter Kahn is being pinned today by his parents, Brandon and April Kahn, and will be reporting to C shift. Probationary firefighter Zachary Davis. Probationary firefighter Davis is being pinned today by his wife, Micah Davis, and will be reporting to C shift. Probationary firefighter Austin Driggers. Probationary firefighter Driggers is being pinned today by his father, Chief Michael Driggers of the Columbia Fire Department, and will be reporting to A shift. Probationary firefighter Preston Flemings. Probationary firefighter Flemings is being pinned today by his mother, Samantha Flemings, and will be reporting to C shift. Probationary firefighter Brian Graber. Probationary firefighter Graber is being pinned today by his parents, Derek and Jennifer Graber, and grandfather, Lynn Britton, and will be reporting to B shift. Probationary firefighter Jared Ginyard. Probationary firefighter Ginyard is being pinned today by his mother, Shelley Wondolowski, and Uncle Jeff Hetzer, and girlfriend, Jakayla Finkley, and will be reporting to C shift. Probationary firefighter Raymond Hestekind. Probationary firefighter Hestekind is being pinned today by his son Keaton and daughter Lily Hestekind and will be reporting to A shift. Probationary firefighter Hayden Heisner. Probationary firefighter Heisner is being pinned today by his father Jamie Heisner and mother Christina Kartsaklis and will be reporting to B shift. Probationary firefighter Isaiah Kirby. Probationary firefighter Kirby is being pinned today by his mother Sabrina Kirby and stepfather MBFD firefighter Grant Cook and will be reporting to B shift. Probationary firefighter Anthony Kroneker. Probationary firefighter Kroneker is being pinned today by his girlfriend Caitlin Ingram and will be reporting to C shift. Probationary firefighter Jackson Mann. Probationary firefighter Mann is being pinned today by his father, Darren Mann, and will be reporting to A shift. Probationary firefighter Florence Middleton. Probationary firefighter Middleton is being pinned today by her mother, Julia Geddes, and girlfriend, Kiera Thomas, and will be reporting to A shift. Probationary firefighter Matthew Miller. Probationary firefighter Miller is being pinned today by his father, Ron Miller, and will be reporting to B shift. For our next recruit, I'd like to ask Chief David Nelson of the Surfside Fire Department to the front. Probationary firefighter Aaron Patnode. Probationary firefighter Patnode is being pinned today by his family, Alex Juarez and Reagan Patnode, and will be reporting to the Surfside Fire Department. Thank you, Chief. Probationary firefighter Christopher Puckett. Probationary firefighter Puckett is being pinned today by his wife, Teresa Puckett, and daughter, Rachel Puckett, and will be reporting to B shift. Probationary firefighter Angel Roman. Probationary firefighter Roman is being pinned today by his father, Hector Roman, and mother, Elizabeth Martinez, and will be reporting to C shift. Probationary firefighter Brendan Salters. Probationary firefighter Salters is being pinned today by his daughter Isabella Gruyan and aunt Barbara Wilson and will be reporting to A shift. Probationary firefighter Dylan Schramm. Probationary firefighter Schramm is being pinned today by his father, firefighter David Schramm Jr., and will be reporting to C shift. Probationary firefighter Jonathan Taggle. Probationary firefighter Taggle is being pinned today by his uncle, Charlie Cages, aunt Shannon Cages, and girlfriend Addie Armstrong, and will be reporting to B shift. Probationary firefighter Anthony Vaccaro. Probationary firefighter Vaccaro is being pinned today by MBFD Captain Gary Finkel and will be reporting to A shift. Probationary firefighter Gavin Wade. Probationary firefighter Wade is being pinned today by his girlfriend Nicole France and will be reporting to C shift. last but certainly not least, probationary firefighter Michael Walton II. Probationary firefighter Walton II is being pinned today by his parents, Michael and Cheryl Walton, and will be reporting to C Shift. Congratulations to all of our recruits. At this time, I'd like to ask Battalion Chief of Training, Adam Aleskowitz, to come up to present the awards and honors for the class.
Good morning. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being here to celebrate your children, your husbands, your wives, boyfriends, and girlfriends. First thing I'd like to talk about, I'd like to apologize for my raspy voice. Started to lose my voice on Wednesday. It's starting to come back a little bit, but I wanted to come out here and tell you a cool story about our training fires from this past Wednesday and maybe how I took on some smoke at those fires, but that's not the case. I was safe. And then last night, we had an opportunity to go out and spend time with your families at a local establishment, had a chance to shake hands, talk to different people, spend time with your children. And I was talking to a family from Boston, so I figured I'd use my raspy voice and try to make an attempt at my best Boston accent. And they kindly reminded me that I wasn't even close. Thank you in the third row. But finally, what I really want to tell you is my voice is lost probably because I spent too much time raising my voice to your children over the course of the last 3 or 4 days. So I apologize for all that, but you guys are well trained. Thank you. Chief Guire mentioned college. That's true. I do attend Coastal Carolina University, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that for me to leave work sometimes and attend school in person, I wouldn't be able to do it without Captain Carl Shook, Captain Dwayne Wright, Lieutenant Mark Crago, firefighter paramedic Richard Todd Stitt, and all of the additional instructors that have helped out throughout Recruit Class 38. So thank you for allowing me the opportunity to do that. Before I get into the awards, the last thing I'd like to mention is Captain Jonathan Evans. He's too hard on himself. He's already made the comment that he didn't proofread the flyer or the memo that he put out to you guys, and it's okay, John. You've done a great job. He reaches out to me a lot. What do you need for training? What do you need for the upcoming ceremony? What do you need for graduation? And my response to him is, I don't know, John. We're taking care of training. I'm going to need you to do this. He's pretty much the reason for this event. Him and his staff, a lot of people have helped him do it, but John takes the lead on these events on a regular basis, and he does a tremendous job. So thank you, John. We'll start with the Myrtle Beach Fire Department Earn It Award. Earn It's our motto in the fire department. The city of Myrtle Beach goes by first in service. Our organization goes by first in service as well as Earn It. We're elite, accountable, respectful, noble. We have integrity, and we trust each other to get the job done each and every day. The member of recruit class 38 who stood out amongst some of the training officers in the training section and some of the PT instructors over the course of the last 3 to 6 months. This person, they display this every single day when they come to work, and they all display this on a regular basis because this entire profession is about sacrifice. You give everything of yourself to take care of people and human beings that you do not know. But this person, over the course of time, they rose above the rest, in my opinion, and the opinion of the training section. They're constantly looking out for their classmates. They're looking out for others. They refuse to leave work until everybody is accounted for at the end of the training day. One of the first people in each day and one of the last people to leave. Recruit Class 38, Myrtle Beach Fire Department, our Earn It Award goes to Fire Recruit Austin Driggers. We also have a physical fitness award that is with the recruit class that we do each year. Goes to the person that the physical fitness team believes is the most physically fit when it comes to working out, exercising with their teammates each day, and just overall pushing others to be the best version of themselves. So this person, I'm not responsible for PT, okay? Captain Harris and Captain Collins and their PT instructors and staff, they are. But I do get the opportunity at times to attend PT, and I take the chance to fall in line just like one of the recruits do. So I usually go out there and endure the physical pain that you guys are enduring. And on this particular day at Doug Shaw Memorial Stadium at Myrtle Beach High School, we were on the football field, and I think it was Firefighter Strickland and Firefighter Bollinger asked me, hey, Chief, what do you want to do here? We're doing a bunch of push-ups and air squats with a heavy bag and sit-ups. I said, I had this brilliant genius idea because I think I'm young at heart. I said, I think we should sprint from goal line to goal line, 100 yards and back. Well, they did that. It started off as a sprint. It winded down to a jog. And I told you I'm young at heart. But I'm a little bit older these days. I slowed down probably more than the rest of them towards the end of the exercise. And towards the end, I was paired with this fire recruit, doing push-ups next to them, doing burpees next to them, and I had the heavy sandbag on my back, and I was trying to squat up and down. My knees hurt. I was trying. And I looked at this person and I said, I'm sorry, I'm slowing down a little bit. You'll have to wait on me. And he said, no problem, Chief. You got it. You can do this. It was just a reminder of the human being, the individual that he is, how he was raised, and the caring heart that he has. The PT results are in. Captain Harris and Captain Collins have graded the scores, and our newly renamed award, called the Battalion Chief Martin Ells Physical Fitness Award. Stand up, Chief Ells. Oh, he was here. He was here, I promise you. The Battalion Chief Martin Ells Physical Fitness Award goes to Fire Recruit Zachary Davis. Last but not least, when it comes to awards, this fire recruit had the best class average when you put all the tests together. Captain Shook, he does a tremendous job of keeping all those scores together and then averaging them in the end. But this person studied hard, like they all did, but she just happened to be the one that finished with the overall best score in the class of 90% overall. Our class valedictorian, and she's going to speak to you here in a minute, is recruit Flo Middleton.
Good morning. You guys are gonna have to bear with me. Public speaking really isn't my thing, but I'm giving it a shot. I just prepared a quick speech. First, I want to start by thanking all the family, friends, and honored guests here to celebrate with us for our milestone that we reached. Next, we as a class would like to thank Chief Oleskowitz and the entire training division, Captain Shook, Captain Wright, Lieutenant Crago, all of our PT instructors, all adjuncts, the firefighters and master firefighters and officers online that also dedicated their time to help us get to where we are today. Class 38, for the past 3 months, 6 months for some of us, we have pushed our bodies to the limit and continue to dig deeper even after that. We have strengthened our minds with the knowledge to join this noble profession because we wanted to be here. I wouldn't trade our journey for anything, all the ups, downs, frustrations, and laughter that we've had and shared. We've always showed up for each other and backed up one another, beginning from the early PT mornings to the long skill days. Each one of us have brought something special and different and unique to our recruit family that I believe that we can all take back to our respective houses and shifts. Before I return, I also want to share some wishes for us as a class. May we always remember the pride that we feel right now as we transition from recruits to probationary firefighters. Always remember why we chose this path in the first place. And continue to learn from those who came before us and be there for those who come after us. Also want to take the time to thank our Myrtle Beach Fire Department family for welcoming us with open arms and for giving us this opportunity to work alongside all these brave people. From here on out, it's all gas, no break. But there's one thing that I want to do before we separate one last time. All right, so let's break it down. 3-8. Be great. 3-8. Be great. 3-8. Be great. I'm proud of who we have become, and I can't wait to see how we progress in our careers. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Captain Oleskowitz and Probationary Firefighter Middleton for those speeches there. At this time, I will invite Chief Tom Dwyer to the front to deliver the swearing in of our recruit class 38.
Raise your right hand. All you intensity. I do solemnly affirm. That I will execute my position as a City of Myrtle Beach firefighter. To the best of my ability. That as a member of this elite team. I will be accountable for my actions. I will be respectful. And I will honor this noble profession. And all those who serve before me. With the highest levels of integrity and trust. Congratulations. Thank you.
Before we conclude our events today, we would like to thank everyone for joining us for this prestigious ceremony to honor these individuals. Congratulations to all of our new firefighters, and please join us for some refreshments in the back directly following the ceremony. We will also be selling some MBFD merchandise, which will all go to our 501c3 charity MB Fire Cares to help with to help with charitable donations in the community. Feel free to take pictures by our step and repeat or wherever else you feel photogenic. At this time, I will ask Chief Alesquitz to deliver Recruit Class 38's final dismissal, which will conclude our ceremony.
Recruit Class 38, attention! You have completed firefighter recruit school training. Congratulations. I want you to know that training will last a lifetime. It is the backbone of the American Fire Service. Congratulations. Good luck in your careers. Class is dismissed.